My father passed away, and his last wish was for us to visit his childhood village and reconnect with our roots. So, we're having a reunion. We're going to Greece.
Oh, yeah?
Nia Vardalos returns with another family-centric comedy with My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. This time the entire clan is headed off to Greece for a little sightseeing, some mild hijinks, and a lot of family bonding. Fans of the original movie should enjoy catching up with this crazy family, even if the comedy doesn't pack the same punch it had in the original film.
I think there's something here that's not meant to be.
Fans of the Conjuring movies know that The Nun is one of the creepiest entries in the franchise. This week sees the release of The Nun 2. This film has a lot of creeping dread and genuine jump scares as a nun tries her best to battle the demon that has infected her school. If you like this franchise, this one's pretty scary.
Thought about this cake thing? You're gonna start doing it.
Bringing cakes into bars. 1 cake a week for a year.
And I thought of a name. Cake Barring.
And finally, Sitting in Bars with Cake is the story of two best friends who decide to take baked goods into bars each week in order to meet new people. The plan seems to be working until devastating medical news threatens to derail everything in this tale of resiliency and female friendships over on Amazon Prime.
Sometimes I wish I was you. Sometimes I wish I was you.
And that's what's new this weekend at the movies. I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy.
Sean McBride, the movie guy, joining us.
Time to blather on about the movies again.
Hey, you know what? I think people love it, though, and it's kind of interesting sometimes to learn something new and kind of, you know, hear about some movies that you probably may have not heard of.
Sure.
A lot of the times, I haven't seen any ads or anything for some of these movies.
Well, and I did have a lot of people reach out to me over the past 2 weeks asking about a specific movie that didn't come here, went to Dallas, and then last week was in Houston, but not here. This week it's here. So there are people that have been talking to me on social media saying, hey, when's this coming? But we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay. Well, a couple options this weekend. I see what?
We got 3 in theaters, 1 on home streaming.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, it's kind of a mediocre week at the top of the ranks there. So, we have the new Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
Oh, yeah.
Was anyone clamoring for a sequel to this thing? I'm not
Sean,
so sure
I didn't even know there was a second one.
Okay, there
I'm
you
going to be honest with you.
And you are not alone in this. Look, the first My Big Fat Greek Wedding came out in 2002, did $368 million globally. That is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And also notable for Nia Vardalos, who is the star and writer of that. She was an actress. She wasn't getting her career going, so she wrote her own show and said, I'm going to make something happen for me. And that was also a great story, too. Obviously, a very beloved film.
Yeah.
This latest one, and I don't know why they don't call it My Big Fat Greek Vacation, because the story is the whole family is going to a family reunion in Greece. The father, Michael Considine, has passed away. The actor passed away, and then so the father passed away as well in the movie. But his last wish was he told his daughter, hey, please, go to Greece and give my journal to my boyhood friends. She shows up with a bunch of the family in tow, and a lot of the friends are just not there. They've moved away. And that's a real issue in Greece, that you've had a lot of people just leave these villages and go to cities or go to other places. Look, it is simply characters we like that are a little annoying but also quite endearing, and dealing with some awkwardness of a new country. It's the Americanized Greeks dealing with the natives.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, look, I watched this film and I'm thinking, there's not a single memorable joke in this thing. That being said, Andrea Martin is always great. I will watch her in anything. She is very funny.
Yeah.
And John Corbett and Nia Vardalos are good, central, sane couples. They're worth watching here. And the family bonding, I mean, won't say I teared up, but I enjoyed it.
It's
I felt
nice,
a little ping in my heart there. I thought it was fine. I don't want to pile on this because I'm guessing this one will get pretty bad reviews across the board. But I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think it's kind of a modest movie.
Sure.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a movie that has modest expectations. So, this is a film, every week I talk to my mom and she goes, there's no movies for me. This is a movie that I could take my mom to. She would like it. It's PG-13. Really, it could have been PG with one silly sight gag. They probably could have made it PG. And it's sweet and it's slight and it's a good way to, pass an hour and a half, 90 minutes. Heaven help anyone that wants to make a 90-minute movie. God bless you. I love that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, I have to imagine, kind of hard to live up to, the first one.
Yeah.
Anything following it, when it's that good,
This one, yeah, it doesn't
Bit of
live
a
up to the
struggle.
first one. Watch the first one if you haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
this is about on the same level as the second one.
Okay, what else we got here?
Also, we have The Nun 2,
Oh.
which is a scary movie. Look, the in the Conjuring universe, they've spun off several of these characters, the Annabelle doll,
Oh, yeah.
and the Nun, which is actually the demon Valak. And so the last film was really well received, although box office, a lot of people saw it. It wasn't really well received critically, but it's more of the same. This time it's Thaisa Farmiga, who is the nun who is sent to investigate more, devil infestation at an abbey here at a girls' school. Look, it's more of the same. That she gets there, and the demon Valak is there, and the old handyman is there, Frenchie, and has he been possessed?
Yeah.
We saw in the last movie that he had an upside-down cross embedded under his skin, so we knew he was kind of possessed. And he's a nice guy, but then he's a demon. So look, this is atmospheric chills. I think some of them are pretty good. They do some creative things with the nun. I wish they wouldn't have given away quite as many in this trailer.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you saw some of them happening, but some of them are quite creative. I think it's a lot of building atmosphere. I don't think the story is anything great here, but you're probably not really there for the story. You want to have the jump scares, and there are a lot of jump scares. Audio suddenly comes in at over the top, and you go, oh my goodness, I have a heart attack for both what I saw and what happened in the story, but also for the audio that blew me out of my seat. I suspect horror fans will be fine with this. It's kind of the same as with My Big Fat Greek Wedding. If you're predisposed to liking the genre, you're probably predisposed to liking the film. I don't think either of these two films are particularly good, but I do think they will serve the audience that likes the genre or the franchise.
Okay, well, an option for all the horror movie fanatics out there.
There you go.
Do you want to go to the one on streaming or the one that's in theaters here?
Let's do the other one. This is the film called Bottoms that I mentioned here. Bottoms came out, it's really funny, but it's also a very raunchy comedy. This is a high school sex comedy, quite frankly, but the difference is it's two women who are two young, high school girls and they're lesbians and they have crushes on the cheerleaders and they start a fight club. And the idea is they want to get the fight club, so they want to convince all the women in the high school to come join them in this club. It's Marshawn Lynch as their guidance counselor.
Oh, that's funny.
He is hilarious.
I'm sure.
He is very funny. It makes fun of the typical high school sex romp tropes. It makes fun of feminism, leans into that, we're women, we can beat up people like the boys can. It doesn't really work here. I thought it was hilarious. I really am happy it came to town here. This is the one, like I said, that several people called me 2 weeks ago and said, wait a minute, Bottoms was supposed to open this week. It didn't open. Last week it opened in Houston. First week it was in Dallas, last week in Houston. And you have to go to, I told several of you, you may have to go to Houston, but it's here. It's only playing at the Tinseltown.
Okay.
But certainly worth seeing. Very funny movie.
Not to imagine just to see Marshawn Lynch, because he's already a very big character outside of movies. So
Leaning
I'm sure
into the Marshawn Lynch of it all.
Exactly. Last
And
one?
the last one over on streaming, which was a little better than I thought it was going to be. It's called Sitting in Bars with Cakes. This is an odd title. So basically, it's two best friends. It's Yara Shahidi and, I forget, Ozian. I think it's Maureen Ozian. Two women living their 20-somethings in Los Angeles. And the idea is that Yara Shahidi, who is obviously a drop-dead gorgeous young woman, but it's the movie trope of she can't meet any boys. And but she's a great baker, so the idea is she's going to take a cake into a bar, 50 bars in 50 weeks, and she's doing it to meet guys. And of course, the second she takes the cake in, it's like taking glasses off of an old movie heroine. Oh, they realize how great she is. All these guys come flocking. That is not really the story, though. The story is the best friend ends up with a cancer scare. This is a medical drama. And so it's a story about these two best friends dealing with this life-threatening illness and how they bond over it. And I will say, it's a weepy, weeper here. You're gonna cry. There's a moment at the end where the two women, they're in bed together. It's not a sexual thing. They're just in bed. She's holding her friend who is, dying and stuff. And it's just a really touching moment where, she says, look, you're my best friend. You're everything. And I'm going to live my life doing all the things that you know. So I thought it was sweet. I thought it was, like I say, the idea of taking cakes into bars is a little odd, but apparently that's something that happened. But the bigger idea, the idea that Yara Shahidi can't find a date is just laughably silly. That is a gorgeous woman. I'm guessing. Give me a call, Yara. I can find some guys who will take you out here. That being said, I thought the emotions did work.
Okay.
It's a little weird and clunky at times, but this one's on Amazon Prime Video.
So maybe start out funny and then it just gets
it starts
horribly
out, yeah.
sad.
And you think, oh, I'm watching a dating and a comedy. It's like, oh, no, that's not what we're watching at all.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, there's one, a good crier. Be sure to bring your tissues. I already know that's going to be a sad one.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Plenty of options for you this weekend if you're looking to hit theaters or, of course, on streaming.